Well, hello there, and finally, it's here. Black Widow, the first MCU movie in over 2 years, is finally releasing on July 9, 2021. I was super excited for Black Widow. I've seen it. You can check out my review for the movie. It is the 24th MCU movie. Yep, it's a 24. And today I'll be ranking all these 24 MCU movies from the worst to the best. It's just a celebration of joy. It's the beginning of the Marvel Phase 4 when it comes to the movie department, and Black Widow is the first MCU Phase 4 movie. And there are a lot of movies that are going to come soon. We are going to get Eternals, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange The Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Then there's the Marvels, Ant-Man Wasp Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 are so far announced with release dates for the MCU Phase 4, and we all know Fantastic Four is also coming in 2023. So it's going to be a really great time for MCU fans, but let's see where Black Widow comes at my ranking. I mean, the reviews for Black Widow have been pretty much average MCU movie, like an average MCU movie. So let's see where Black Widow lands on my list. So here we go with number 24, Thor The Dark World. Look, I really did not like this movie. It's easily the worst MCU movie for me. I absolutely hated it. Had one of the worst time ever for a superhero movie. It was just boring for me, and still it's one of my least favorite superhero movies. Number 23, The Incredible Hulk. Another one with a very bad story. Not a lot of great visual effects. Edward Norton was good as Hulk, but still, this was a boring movie with not really great things in it. Number 22, Iron Man 2, an utter disappointment after the great Iron Man 1 from 2008. John Favreau doesn't deliver in this sequel. The introduction to War Machine was pretty good. The action sequences were meh, but still. Number 21 is Thor. Well, this movie really introduces the world of Asgard not really well, because it was mostly on Earth, which I did not like. The action sequences were bad, the story had nothing good in it, so there it goes. Number 20, Captain Marvel. Now I know a lot of you really like this film, but I don't. I didn't like the any of the characters in the movie. I think all were trash. Everyone was trash. The character development was so poor in this movie. I just didn't like it. Number 19, Iron Man 3. It goes for an epic, huge-scale third act, which was really great, but the story itself is so bad, and the Mandarin twist is what makes the story so bad. It's still very disappointing that one of the Iron Man's greatest villain is thrown like this. Number 18, Captain America The First Avenger. Another good film, I must say. The movie is really good, but it is so back on the list because I really did not enjoy it. It's not entertaining for me. It's easily the weakest entry out of all the Captain America movies. Number 17, Spider-Man Homecoming. Now hear me out. I know a lot of you really love this film. All of you really like this film, but I don't. I didn't really have a great time watching it. The third act especially was the weakest part of the film, with not a lot of great action in it and stupid Spider-Man suit. Number 16, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man movies are pretty much meh, but I think this one was more meh than the first Ant-Man. So here it goes. What makes it more worse is the villain Ghost. I just didn't like her at all. Number 15, Ant-Man. Well, this was pretty unique in itself. A small-scale MCU movie with a lot of great visual effects and great action scenes and a lot of great things that are really watchable. This is a more watchable movie than Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I really had a great time with it. Number 14, Avengers Age of Ultron. Well, a lot of you hate it and some of you love it. I'm just in the middle. I didn't really hate it. I didn't really love it. It was a good movie. The villain was not good. I did not like Ultron, to be honest. The visual effects are not good. And the final act was clumsy. 13, Black Widow. Well, here is the brand new entry in the MCU Phase 4, Black Widow landing at number 13. I think it was a pretty good movie when it comes to action sequences, but when it comes to characters, only Yelena Belova and David Harbour shine in their roles. Number 12, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Well, this is a pretty fun movie, great visual effects and a pretty funny film. Kurt Russell was great as Ego. I pretty much enjoyed it, but it fails to capture all the great things that made the first part so good. Number 11, Doctor Strange. such a great concept, but this is it could have had been in the top 10 if the third act was more, had delivered more on the action front rather than just coming to bargain. The visual effects was really great. Then at number 10, Iron Man, the first MCU movie from 2008. It's still one of the best MCU movies. As you can see, it's in my top 10 out of the 24, and I pretty much loved it. Great introduction to Tony Stark. Number 9, Spider-Man Far From Home. Now I like this more than Homecoming because it was really good when it comes to the twist. I mean, of course, the Vulture twist was also good, but this Mysterio twist was as good as the Vulture twist. And I think the visual effects and action were really great in this one. Number 8, The Avengers. The first Avengers movie from 2012 is still the most classic MCU movie. It gives us such a great ensemble of these characters that we really love, and it's a great first film for the Avengers. Number 7, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Really, really great story. Great action sequences, great story, really great emotions, and character development is just so good. Especially the story, that's the best part of the film. Number 6, Thor Ragnarok. Nothing interesting in the story, but really delivers in the fun department. It's so entertaining, so great music. Taika Waititi is an amazing choice to direct Thor Ragnarok. It shines, and it shines very well, and it's so colorful and great. Number 5, Black Panther. I really love this movie. It's a great to film according to me. Some of you may consider it overrated, but I don't. I think it's a pretty fantastic film with a lot of great action sequences. The visual effects could have had been better, and the story department doesn't disappoint at all. Number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy. These are the underdogs of the MCU that we thought they will be, but they are really the Guardians of the Galaxy, because this is such a huge scale project given to James Gunn, and he really makes it all so well. Number 3, Captain America: Civil War. This is a great film. Like, all these heroes clashing with each other is a dream come true for all the superhero fans and Marvel fans out there. So I think it was a pretty fantastic film. Number 2, Avengers: Infinity War. Very close between the first and the second spot, but I think Avengers: Infinity War is still a better movie than Avengers: Endgame. It has such a great story, and a really great pacing of the movie is incredibly done well. Avengers: Endgame is my number 1, not because of its quality of the film, but because of the fan service it delivers. As a fan of the MCU for all these years, I really loved the third act of the film. That makes it so good for me, and I liked it more than Infinity War for this fan service reason. That's my ranking for all the MCU movies. Share your own down below.